Hello, citizens. It is I, Capitan America. Just kidding. Hey, everyone. This episode is about. Let me put on my beanie, my iconic beanie. About this man. No, this is radioactive man. Hold on. I'm sorry. Let's see if I can get it right. It's double time. Sorry. Yeah. Turbo Man is this week's episode of topic because Jingle All The Way is my literal favorite Christmas movie of all time. I would say holiday movie, but I also really enjoy Eight Crazy Nights with Adam Sandler. But it's Jingle All The Way, my favorite Christmas movie. This is Turbo Man. Um, Arnold Schwarzenegger as Turbo Man holding a Turbo Man doll. And one of my favorite pops put him down. So, Jingle All The Way is it came in on my Blu-ray Disney movie club, and it is a fun-filled holiday romp as a dad determined to get his son a popular Turbo Man action figure for Christmas, despite the hectic and sometimes dangerous shopping frenzy of the season. This film stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jake Lloyd, Sinbad, Rita Wilson, and R.I.P. the late great. Oh, what is his name? Phil. It is. Give me a moment. Phil Hartman. He was really funny, really great actor who also starred in the Simpsons show, and I don't think he was in the movie. Mm-hmm. He started as everyone's favorite actor, Troy McClure, and everyone's favorite lawyer. Oh, what is his name? His face, the skee ball lawyer. His face is in my brain. I forget his name. I'm sorry. It's escaping me right now. I'll probably think about it later. But one of my favorite Christmas movies, as I said. Basically, as I said in the synopsis, a dad trying to buy his son get him a Turbo Man doll. And he goes to great length to do that. He's portrayed as the typical father who's always working, always busy, never have time for his family, and stuff like that. Like he's always missing out on his kid childhood, basically, and he wants to get him a very special Christmas present. And the kid tells him, "I want a Turbo Man action figure with arms and legs that move, with a jetpack, light up sounds," and I forget. I used to quote it all the time because I watch this movie every year around Christmas time or Thanksgiving time. It's my tradition, at least, to watch it like the day after the Black Friday, while I'm setting up the Christmas tree. But yeah, I love this movie, and so he tells his dad Howard Langston. I'll get it one of these days, I promise, guys. That he would get him a Turbo Man doll. And so he goes on Christmas Eve. He goes off to look for a doll. And the wife is like, "Oh, where are you going, honey?" He's like, "Oh, I'm going to go pick up the DOLL." She was like, "Oh, okay, that's right." And I'm like, so the kid cannot spell. He can't spell out either that because he's eating cereal. And he goes off to look for the doll. He runs into Sinbad in one of the stores, trying to find the Turbo Man doll. They don't find him there. They find Booster and the evil villain, what is his name? Syndrome? As the mentor, not Syndrome, the mentor, and then his demon squad, but not Turbo Man. And it's funny because they go to a montage where he's going through all the stores he get laughed at, say like Turbo Man is the only hardest selling toy ever. Durr, is what one of the guys tell him. So it's just a montage of him trying to go to different stores, yada yada yada, and then he gets into finds out that there's a mall that has a limited supply, and so him and Myron, Sinbad's character, goes off and try to find it, and throughout this hijinks, he hits a police motorcycle. He spills coffee on this police officer. He gets a ticket early in the movie by the police officer. And then when he goes to a news station, a bomb explodes in the police officer's hands. And so, I'm sorry, I'm going to spoil the movie because I can't stop talking about the movie. It's really good, really funny. I love it. It may not have done well, but it's a classic to me. Like most people are like, no right movie. I'm like, I don't care. I love it. And so they go to a mall where he meets Santa, one of the mall Santas who has like a shady deal, and he gives him a Turbo Man doll. But this Turbo Man only speaks Spanish and falls apart. And so he pretends to be a cop because the warehouse gets raided, and then he goes back home and he's ends up trying to steal his next door neighbors, who portrayed by Phil Hartman, a divorcee dad, who tells him like, oh, he got his son a Turbo Man doll months ago, so he tries to steal it, which he gets caught because the one of the nativity scenes get caught on fire, and they catch him kicking it outside, and so he finds out like, oh yeah, they don't want him to go to the what is it, the holiday parade. Turbo Man's going to be there, yada yada yada. So he's there drinking with the reindeer who he fights, like punches, and so he ends up going back to the parade, and then he finds out that the cop that had so much bad luck finds him and starts chasing him, and he ends up getting in a room where they dress him up as Turbo Man, and so he's dressed up as Turbo Man like this at the parade, and they say, oh, you get to pick a kid who gets the doll, and so Myron gets dressed up as the mentor, and he goes off and tries to get the doll for his son. And so it leads to a crazy hijinks where um, he's chasing Howard's son, Jake Lloyd, up all the way around the building top of the, what's it called? A not scav, like a Christmas decoration thing. And he's hanging there. And then Howard has to get his jetpack going, and he flies up to save his son. Byron gets knocked down. He survives because he falls on the one of the floats, but he has a doll. And then the cop returns the doll to Jake Lloyd's character, Jamie. And then he reveals to them that he's Turbo Man all along. And then the kid gives Turbo Man doll to Myron. And he goes, why? Like, Jamie, why? He's like, why do I want the doll? I have the real Turbo Man at home. He's like, yeah. And it ends with him being like lifted up, paraded around because he's Turbo Man. And then the extended edition of the movie shows up like at the end where his wife's like, oh, it's great that you did all that to get Jamie his Turbo Man. What did you get me? And he goes, dun dun dun. I was hoping it would lead to a sequel, but it didn't. Well, it kind of did, but it stars Larry the Cable Guy, and I've never seen it because who cares about that? This is the original film. So I watched, like I said, I watch this every year, even sometimes throughout the year. I love this movie. I love the concept of it. I love the figure, everything about this movie I love so much. I bought a sticker of the Turbo Man doll in the case and put it on my water bottle. And I'm looking at the water bottle, Turbo Man's facing me. I bought this board game, Jingle All The Way. It's Turbo Time. Basically, I haven't played it yet. You face off as a fanatic shopper in the hunt for the most exclusive toy of the season, Turbo Man. There's only one left, so be ready for mischief in the turbocharged trick-taking game. Play a card to peek at or swap toys. The highest card takes the toy off from the shelf. Get the best toys in your cards to win. Turbo Man. I've been wanting to play this, but I don't think I'm ready to play this game yet. Also, I got a pin that I got for Christmas of the Turbo Man doll. It's really cool. I like this pin because it's kind of like the sticker I have. It's the Turbo Man doll inside the box. And also, obviously, I got this Funko Pop. I got one because I bought it. This is one I bought for last year for Christmas when I found out that Funko Pop had the exclusive rights to this. So I was like, sweet. I pre-ordered it. And then when it got shipped to me, I was like, yes, it's double time. I kept doing the voice. There's a scene in the movie where when they go to the radio station, he's like, who can name all 8 of Santa's reindeer? And then Arnold Schwarzenegger has a thick accent in it. So every time I watch it, I laugh. And then when I try to impersonate him, I go, Slagger, Slicker, Slagger, Sluggy, Blitzen, blah, blah. And I do that. And then my sister will be like, you're an idiot. Or my friend at work will be like, that's hilarious. And then for Christmas, my sister had gotten me another one, but I kept it in the box. It's behind me somewhere. Turbo Man. And so I also have, for those of you, a little contest time. An exclusive Funko Pop limited edition Turbo Man, Howard Turbo Man. And if you could name all 8 of Santa's reindeers, this will be yours. I'm just kidding. I don't do contests yet. This is actually the one my sister got me for Christmas. Keep this in the package, and I have him out and about. So I get really dorky about this. And growing up, watching this film in 1999, 2000, falling in love with this movie, falling in love with the action figure. Now, it's been 20 plus years when I first saw the toy, and I'm like, I want one of those. I want Turbo Man. That's so cool. I want Turbo Man. And never came to fruition. And then every now and again, I'd look on eBay if they had like the prototype for the toy, because sometimes stuff will get taken from set and they would like try to sell it on eBay or somewhere else or another. And I was like, please, 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 please. Then I would hear like people custom make them, but that cost like $600. 600 triple figures. And I was like, I am spending more than whatever retail price it would be. So years go by. Years. Roll through the year 2021, the beginning of the year. I heard rumor that Walmart, because since Funko Pop had the exclusive rights to the film to make these guys, there was a rumor that they're going to make an actual figure. And I told my buddy, I told Danielle, I was like, hey, Walmart, because she always traveled to California. So like, I hear there's a Walmart California that has Turbo Man. And she was like, no way, I'm going to go check. She said, we went to California. It's like, no, it's a no-go. My friend couldn't find it there. And then I was like, okay. So I was like on search. Like I heard rumor, read it online, Yada yada yada. Everywhere I heard Walmart, Walmart this, Walmart that. Walmart has Turbo Man. So I was basically trying to be like Howard, looking for Turbo Man, but not for some kid, but for me, because as a collector, I collect many stuff, as you can see behind me. Um, that one, I'm an idiot, is the Lone Ranger. As a collector, I will do anything to collect something, but I will not spend over whatever retail price of it. Because when I saw it on the Walmart website, it was like $34.99, and I was like, okay. And so this guy who used to work with me, he worked in the deli. He said like he ended up quitting. He ended up going to Walmart, and he was like, "Oh hey, I bought one," because we're friends on Facebook. So he messaged me like, "Hey, I bought one. I got a Turbo Man doll." He was like, "Oh sweet, dude, you got any more?" He's like, he goes, "Hey, if I see any more, I could buy one for you and sell it to you." I'm like, "Okay, how much?" He says, "Oh, I'll sell it to you for $60." I'm like, "The fudge? Hell no, I ain't gonna spend no $60. The retail price is $34.99. That's $35, mother." And he was like, okay. I'll sell it to you for, because you're a friend, $40. I'm like, no, nah, I'll I'll find it myself. Thanks, man. And he was like, okay. And then like I told my friends at work who I work with that is like, yeah, that man's kind of a um like that was kind of a dick move if he's trying to sell it to you for like double. I'm like, yeah. Like I know he's trying to turn a profit, but still, it's not like they're hard to find. But they were at the time. So lo and behold, one day I'm just casually walking into a Walmart, the Walmart like right here, and I'm like, okay. Look down at the shelf. I'm like, is that is that Turbo Man? His jetpack makes sound effects so he could fly. I found him. He's also lights up. Found him at a Walmart, and I was like, hell yeah! I was so excited. I kept the box. Like I usually don't keep the boxes, but I kept his box. He does say 5 different things.
It's turbo time.
Yeah, it's turbo time.
Good work, Booster. It's turbo time. Good work, Booster. Good work, Booster. Good work, Booster. You can always
Count on me. I think it's supposed to be 5 phrases, but as you can see, it's not. Gotta.
It's turbo time.
The first time I opened it, I was like, yeah, it's a turbo time.
Beware of evildoers.
So it's turbo time. Beware of evildoers. You can always count on me. And good work, Booster.
It's turbo time. You can always count on me. You can always count on me. You can always count on me.
Well, I don't know what the 5th one is, but yeah. Look how dope he is. And then he comes with his this thing, this boomerang that he uses that goes in his hand when he tosses it. But he doesn't toss it. So when I found them, I was like, so cool. And I recorded I don't know if I still have it in my files, but I did record a video of me opening this and putting it together and playing with it, I guess. But I was so excited. Like, he's finally here on my shelf. It's Turbo Man. And Turbo Man, as you can tell, I really love this movie. And so I spent like $35 on this. So if you're watching this, dude, you suck for trying to sell it to me for 60. Sorry. Sometimes I act like a big dorky kid because, I mean, I didn't have this growing up. This would have been really cool, but also really expensive. So I probably would not have gotten this as a kid. And with the times being what it is, this probably would end up being triple, quadruple how much it is, how much I paid for it. Yeah, so I got myself a Turbo Man. And yeah, I really love this movie. There'd be times where, like, in the summertime, I would watch this movie. My sister would be like, "It's not even Christmas. What are you doing, idiot?" I'm like, "I just want to watch this film. This is a great film. I love it a lot. It doesn't have to be exclusively for Christmas." So I give this movie 10 out of 10. This figure, 10 out of 10. Because you can always count on Turbo.
It's turbo time.
Yeah. Yeah. I really love this film. I was gonna try to find his costume, but it wouldn't come in time for me to do this episode before the holiday Christmas season. But I found one on Etsy for like $25. It's the same one that I bought, sort of, because I bought a Fantastic Four suit from them and I really liked it. So I'm like, I'll probably buy it later and then do a Christmas thing next year where I just dress up as Turbo Man. But I'm a big dork. And no regrets. You put your hands down. It's fine. Yeah, sorry. Well, that's this week's episode. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Until next time, I am signing off. Ciao for now. 80s freeze free.